good. Hi. Hi guys. We're getting ready for acting. Oh, come here. Say something funny.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that is so difficult. Something funny.
Oh. Usually the things you say are pretty funny.
Alright, I'm gonna give me 4 seconds. You gotta think of a joke.
Come on, 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 come on,
There's so
come
many
on.
average jokes that I need to tell. Somebody just think of something. What goes all the way around a baseball field but never moves?
What the girl with no arms and legs gets for Christmas?
What?
Fence.
A fence? Ah.
There were 2 peanuts walking in a park. One was assaulted. That's all.
I get it. Okay, it's your time to shine.
No, don't quiet everybody down. Get everybody louder.
Okay.
Well, what is
Everybody
to hear your joke.
Okay, so a man and a woman are in their bedroom, okay? The wife, they're married, obviously. Shut up. Wife gets out of bed, walks over to the mirror, she says, God, I'm getting so fat. Tell me something to make me feel better. He says, your eyesight's damn near perfect.
I get it. Because she can see that she is fat.
Yes! There we go. We did
Oh.
Like, man, I really hate my wife because I've lived with her for so long, but yet I'm still with her.
I have a
Like
joke.
that kind of.
Did Max leave? Yeah. Okay, then I can tell this joke because I've told this joke so many times. He's probably heard it like 15 times. Wait, I have to think of like it for like. I know it, but like I have to
Wait
think.
a second so I can.
Okay,
figure it.
okay.
Do you want me to vlog you doing this one?
No, I'm okay. I'm vlogging myself. Okay, what do you call a snobbish criminal going down an escalator?
Snobbish.
Criminal.
You ready?
Going down for real, I don't know.
A condescending.
Okay, I got one. But it's gonna take like a minute. It's gonna take a literal minute.
Okay.
So John, what's happening? Okay, so John, don't, you're screaming again. So Johnny and Susie, okay, are in Sunday school, right? Susie cashes out. She just passes out. So Johnny's sitting behind her. Teacher's like, okay, everybody, who died on the cross and saved our sins? She's like, Susie. Susie's asleep, so Johnny pokes her in the back with a pin. Says, okay, Jesus Christ! Teacher's like, very good, thank you. She sits back down, goes back to sleep. A little bit later, teacher's like, okay, everybody, now who reigns above us and is the Lord of us all? Again, Susie's asleep, so Johnny behind her pokes her back with a pin. She stands up and screams, God Almighty! Like, very good. Susie sits back down. A little bit later, teacher's like, okay, children, what did Eve say to Adam after they had their 23rd child? Again, Susie's sleeping, so Johnny pokes her in the back with a pin. She stands up, turns around, and screams, you stick that goddamn thing at me one more time, I'm gonna break it in half!
Once upon a time, there was this asparagus man. And the asparagus man was going for a drive in his asparagus car with his asparagus best friend sitting in the asparagus passenger seat. They're cruising down the asparagus highway, jamming out to some asparagus tunes on the asparagus radio, and they're going just a little bit above the asparagus speed limit. When all of a sudden they hit a patch of asparagus black ice and the car spins out, and the asparagus car spins out of control, and they get a big asparagus car accident, the asparagus roll out, the asparagus car is completely asparagus upside down. The asparagus car finally stops asparagus rolling, and the asparagus passenger looks at his asparagus best friend who's sitting in the asparagus driver's seat, and he's not okay. He's definitely passed out, so he pulls out the asparagus cell phone and calls asparagus 911. The asparagus ambulance comes rushing down the asparagus highway. And he gets to the asparagus car, he pulls out the asparagus jaws of life, opens up the asparagus car, gets the asparagus man and the asparagus passenger out of the asparagus car, gets into the asparagus ambulance. The asparagus doctor checks out the asparagus passenger, and he's fine. He looks at the asparagus man, and he goes, okay, we have to get him to the hospital. So they rush down the asparagus hospital. They rush down the asparagus highway, and they get to the asparagus hospital, and they rush the asparagus man into the asparagus doctor's office. And the asparagus passenger is waiting in the asparagus waiting room for the doctor to check out his asparagus best friend who's in there. He's really asparagus nervous because it's asparagus best friend in there. Like, if your asparagus best friend was in the fucking asparagus hospital, you would not be asparagus okay, alright? And then finally, after like asparagus 3 hours of waiting, the asparagus doctor comes out into the asparagus waiting room. He looks at the asparagus passenger and he goes, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is, your friend's going to be okay. The bad news is, he's going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life.
Oh, that works! I'm pissed.
Okay, literally only a theater kid would be doing all of that. Shit.
Okay, I got another one.
Oh God.
So, this man's married to his wife.
Oh, welcome to the party.
His wife's mother, his mother-in-law gets in a horrible car accident. Okay, they catch her up to, they get to the hospital. She's already in there. Doc comes out, pulls the man aside, he says, "Listen, I got good news, I got bad news."
She's a vegetable.
No. She's an asparagus vegetable. Way to be. No. He says, "Okay." He's like, "All right, Doc, give me bad news first." He's like, "Okay, listen. She's pretty messed up. Like, she's not gonna be able to talk for the rest of her life. She can't feed herself. She's gonna be in diapers. You're gonna need to change her daily. As I said, she can't talk, so you're gonna need to do all of her speaking for her. She can't walk.
What kind of
So you need to get her around.
this?
Get her around the house.
My dad used to tell me this, yeah.
She basically can't move, and she's gonna be a burden on you for the rest of your life." He's like, "Jesus, fuck. What's the good news?" He's like, "I'm kidding. She's dead."